ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It is Thursday, June the 11th, 2020, the year that just keeps on giving. We got another great show lined up for you today as I close up these crackers. Nothing worse than a stale cracker, Mr. Black. Nothing worse than a stale cracker, which, depending on how you took that with no context, could be a discussion on current politics. But it's not. It's actual crackers that I was eating hummus with. Mr. Black, how are you doing this week? You are 100% muted, or I just can't hear you through my end. 1 second here. Hold on.
What about now?
There we go. I can hear you now.
All right.
There we go.
Good stuff.
All right. Get that open there and that open there. We're good to go. But yeah, how you doing this week?
I'm not doing bad. A little tired today. I've been out all day. Had to go to the dump and had to do some work at a rental and had to get a battery for the lawnmower. Mowed the lawn. It's one of those
battery
days.
for the lawnmower. Exciting.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's exciting. It's exciting stuff.
Crazy exciting.
Is that like, is a battery lawnmower like, oops, I didn't run it in the wintertime and now the battery's dead? Or
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I think over next winter I'm just gonna take the battery out and like put it in the house. Because like our winters just absolutely murder car batteries. I had to change my bike battery, Kayla's car battery, and my lawnmower battery this year.
Damn.
All three dead.
Damn.
So yeah, and got home, laid down for like. By the time I got home when I got home from the dump, was like 3:45. So I went and laid in bed for like 15 minutes, and came down here.
Amazing. Incredible. Well, and your week, if I had to guess, was another week.
Yep, same old shit.
It was same old until about 48 hours or 72 hours ago, when it was no longer same old for anyone in our position, or our profession, I should say, on Twitch.
Oh yeah.
It was not same old after that, but we can get to that. So today's podcast is a bit helter-skelter. Oh, I almost died. Because news is in short supply, but the revealing PlayStation 5 shit today, of course, right in the middle of the podcast. But thankfully, we are allowed to rebroadcast it, so we're going to be able to give you guys our thoughts on the PlayStation 5 stuff as it happens, and that will just be folded into the podcast, as it were. But we've got some stuff to cover before then, and let's just start it off and get it right out of the way, because it's what everyone's going to want to hear us talk about, and we're not going to have that much to say about it. We haven't probably already said about it, but Twitch experienced a shitload of DMCAs that came flooded in this week. Takedown notices, really, or copyright claims. In regards to music specifically, and apparently there were a couple of tracks that were like really getting hard picked up more than others, but these were going out in waves that, according to Twitch, was the biggest that they've ever had come all in at one time. It had never happened like that before, and they were blanketing Twitch pretty hard, and it seemed clips were the majority of that, which makes sense because VODs are muted when, by and large, most copyright music is discovered by Twitch's back end. It's muted, but clips don't get that same treatment. For what reason, I don't know, but they don't. And so there were people getting many notices on their account, and some relatively large streamers were even up to, I think, 2 strikes on their account of the 3. And so mass panic happened, and it was a wild ride, to say the least, where everyone was kind of scrambling to figure out how to not basically have their account deleted. was the crux of it, was how can I get out of this with my channel intact even if it was a channel that wasn't necessarily, overtly breaking any rules. Everyone's kind of treating it the same way as if it was a nuclear option, because you don't want to risk it, and so you have to. So, I know people want to hear us talk about this at length, but there's not really that much to say about it. The reality is that this day was coming. Everyone knew it was coming. It's just that Twitch hadn't been targeted like YouTube did. But now that YouTube's been mostly sorted out, YouTube's at a place now where they're not too worried about YouTube. Now they're looking at the next big person on the block, which is Twitch. And, so this was an inevitability. And the unfortunate thing, the thing that really, I think that bothered most people has been Twitch's complete lack of developing a back end that allows you to properly manage your content. Because it doesn't exist. Twitch's back end from a creator standpoint is abysmal. It's embarrassing. And they've had a decade, with more than half of a decade prior to being bought out by Amazon, to appropriately build out a back end that allows content creators to manage their content. So in times like this, it would be easier to do something like delete fucking videos, for example. Clips can be made by anyone, and many clips are made accidentally. There are so many clips that are just people accidentally clicking the button that are just like 5 seconds of dead air, just nothing on your account.
It doesn't even pop up like, are you sure you want to clip?
No, it just starts clipping.
It just clips.
Yeah. And so like you'll go like after a stream and you could see like clips and you're like, oh, what's this person clipping? And it's just it's nonsense because they just accidentally clicked clip. So there are on some channels like Jeff's tens of thousands of clips.
I've deleted 52,000 so far.
There you go. And you know that there's channels that are, I mean, can you think of like Ninja's channel? Or like fucking Shroud's channel or Doc's channel. Just how many clips exist, legitimate and otherwise. And so on the back end, there's no method to really see all of your clips. At the best, you can see your top clips under all, but all isn't all. All is the last calendar year. And that's all you see. So any clips that you didn't already have a link to, if you wanted to keep a clip that was like special from more than a year ago, like if you're Jeff or myself, you've been around a game for 10 years, good fucking luck. Unless you had it on like a command somewhere that pulled up the link from years ago, you don't got it. And your other option is downloading them all. And I don't want to shock you, but 52,000 clips is not something that you just suddenly download on a whim.
No.
We're talking 20, 30 plus terabytes of video.
80 for me.
Yeah, it's a
not including clips. Those are just VODs.
That's just VODs. You don't simply just download 10 years worth of video. It just doesn't happen. Even if you did have the ability to. So that's for me, it's not that this is happening so much as I'm just so tired of Twitch's fucking laziness in the content management on the back end. If I was to complain about anything, it would be that. The whole music thing was going to happen at some point regardless. There was no two ways around that. I'm so fucking disappointed with Twitch, man. And what was worse was like seeing them on Twitter like, we understand that you guys are going through a lot right now, and we're working to try and get you tools to better manage your backend. And you're sitting there going, why the fuck did you wait 10 goddamn years to have a conversation internally after everything's going nuclear from the RIAA to come on in here and be like, you know what? Now maybe we'll give it a shot. Instead of on the back end like, hey guys, how would you like being able to upload videos to Twitch like it's YouTube? Said, nobody wants that shit. Who's used it? The answer is nobody. Who wants premieres? Who's used a fucking premiere? I think they're removing, it's set to be removed now. Like, nobody's using that shit. But you know what we don't have? The ability to catalog the existing videos on site. We don't have that. You can't search for a name of a VOD anywhere. You just scroll and it's lazy loaded. And which means if you don't know what lazy loaded means, you know it because it's on mobile or in other websites. You scroll to the bottom of the page and then it will load the next chunk, 20 at a time. And you just lazy load like 700, 1,000.
Whoa. What do you mean load 20 at a time? That shit won't even load.
Well, that too.
I don't know what you're talking about. It'll load 20 at a time after you're done clicking about 50 different refreshes and different tabs up top, and then maybe it will load. The back end doesn't even load.
And then
how do you delete clips? You can't even see.
And then, assuming you even get to the videos that you want to either archive or download or export or whatever the fuck, and you click on the little 3 dots on the side and you click on download, ask me how many times I've been able to successfully download a VOD from Twitch on their back end. Go ahead, ask me.
How many, Adam?
0.
Oh.
Goose egg. I have clicked on it and left the page open and even left the fucking tooltip open for 8 hours. Where it's like, we're preparing a video. You ain't preparing shit. 8 hours. But you know what? This happens.
Mm-hmm.
And in less than 8 hours, we had community-created tools to not only mass download and catalog every one of just 52,000 clips, but to also mass delete them, which we don't have in the standard backend of the website. The API allows it, and so these people were able to write code for it in under a day, but you don't have it on your own back end. And then they came out and said, we're working on tools. They're 3 weeks out. What? And then he had, what's his name? Fucking, that talked about how he brought this to Twitch last year sometime. Fucking,
Pokelulls.
No. You retweeted him, actually. Fuck. Oh, what's his name? Anyway, I can't think of his name right now off the top of my head. Pretty prominent. I'd say a little bigger than your stream, probably somewhere in he's been around for a hot minute.
Okay.
Not DJ Wheat, no. And he said he brought this kind of stuff up, and how a member of his community created a tool to allow him to because he was concerned about music, and a member of his community created a bot to scan for to show him stuff that would likely get flagged using Twitch's API and his own bot. He brought this to Twitch and be like, hey, we need to have something to because it's not like we're all out here trying to be the bad guys here. We would like to manage our content, but we can't. And Twitch came back and said, hey, can you hook us up with that person's Twitter account, that link to that bot? It's just like, who are you? You're a multi-billion-dollar company owned by Amazon. And you're gonna come to this guy, Jake and Bake, that's who it was. You're gonna come to this dude who is a legitimate content creator, bringing you legitimate feedback and telling you that it's taken a community member to write this shit because it doesn't exist, and you just want to swoop in and take that shit, and not just why don't you have the tools already? What are you working on? How many thumbs are you sitting on and just have them up your ass right now that you can't fucking take the time to develop some decent backend? I've said it a million times, and I lambast him I put him on blast on Twitter all the time to my 5 fucking followers. Twitch has the worst UI and UX team in the business, bar none. Terrible. They're like intern level garbage. And then you get management that not only doesn't have 2 clues for fucking shoes what they're doing, but then they don't, even when they have an idea of the direction they want to go, they fail at implementing it. And then they backtrack on it and try it again. It's like they're they're throwing everything at the wall and seeing what sticks, but doing it publicly instead of doing it in a boardroom somewhere and being like, hey, maybe we shouldn't make this public, but throw it at the wall and see what happens. So it's embarrassing for Twitch. This has nothing to do with... people shouldn't be upset with Twitch about the fact that the RIAA is doing what they're doing. Is what the RIAA doing reasonable? Most people would say no. But the problem is we're dealing with ancient copyright law meeting with new age media on the internet. And that's a totally different topic, but it has nothing to do with the real core issue here, which for Twitch is Twitch has wasted so much time and has diddled around. They've had some of the top content creators on earth begging them and giving them these ideas for years, and they just keep doing nothing for the back end. So if after this we still see this just a sloth-like fucking response from Twitch, then there is no hope. I'm already not, like, I'm super you know who I'm thinking? I'm gonna keep it 100, Jeff. I said there's nothing to say about it, but here I am anyway. I gotta keep it 100. You know the Twitch that I respect? And the people I respect from Twitch? The people from fucking like 8 years ago, 10 years ago. I respect original Twitch. I respect the team that brought me back from Hitbox and said, we missed you having you here. Here's a new contract, come back over here, and let's work together to see if we can have some of your ideas implemented on the back. And that was when I was, like, I'm a nobody. They're all gone, Jeff. The only person left is DJ Weed as a talking fucking head like he's the Queen of goddamn England that comes out and just does this, and I love DJ Week as a guy is great and he's doing his job, but he's the only one left. Who else is in there but Emmett? There's nobody. And we're seeing it daily. As soon as Gunrun left, you knew it was game over from a production side. He was the only reason that anything production-wise ever fucking happened for the first half-decade of the company. Got a problem? Where's Gunrun? How often did you see that shit for the first few years of this company? Daily.
Yeah, but you know what? Most of the people that watch Twitch, they weren't around back then, man. They don't know what it was like back then.
But it's not about the viewers, it's for the content creators that have been here, that have been sitting there watching from like just what's happening. And it's going backwards. For the viewer, it doesn't, as long as the viewer can log into a page and the video shows up and the chat works and they can put fucking Kappa or fucking like try hard or whatever the fuck else emote they like, they're happy. It's good. But for the content creators, what the fuck are we getting?
I mean, even the content creators, I mean, we're a dying breed. There's not much OGs left. I mean, they do exist, but, you know, 99% of streamers on Twitch now are from new Twitch.
And that's the other thing, as Maddie just said, you still will see Gunrun on his Twitter account, because I still follow him because he's a god. He will still come out and help with Twitch-based shit. The dude is still like their only real fucking tech support. It's mind-boggling to me. I don't get it. I really, truly don't get it. It must be such an epic failure of management to mismanage the back end of something like this for so long. It's not like these tools are difficult tools. Searching for a VOD title is not fucking asking somebody to send a fucking rocket up into space and then return it back down to a platform in the middle of the fucking ocean and land it for reuse later on. We're not asking them for some SpaceX level shit here. We're asking them for tools that existed in YouTube in 2006. This is not fucking hard to do.
Yeah, it's crazy because, you know, even when you think of it from a financial standpoint. So I'm going to tackle this from a different angle. And I'm with you. I'm with you on the the back end of Twitch, it's
it's
especially when
indefensible is what it is.
It really is. And I love Twitch. I mean, Twitch has done a lot for me. I love Twitch. Even the management and community managers and things that I deal with, which isn't very often, but the ones that I do, I've got a couple of staff that are frequents in my stream, and I had a problem with the back end of Twitch, and a weird glitch that was going on, and it got fixed within hours. So like the good people, and I think a lot of these people as well, is they're not in charge of what actually goes on. Like, it's not their fault. It's become very corporate. Things are done a certain way. And I think that's why we've seen a lot of great people leave Twitch, because, at that point, it's like Blizzard, right? When you start seeing the OGs and the ones that made it great leave, and then, things start getting worse and worse, you realize that there's some shit going on, and there's a reason why they left. I mean, some of them will leave because it's time. They've been there since the beginning, different opportunities, want to move on, want to pass the torch. I get that. But there's a pattern. And there's two issues that I have. Number one is what you said. Back end is absolutely atrocious, to the point where I couldn't even go and delete all my clips with the click of a button. I can't even batch delete.
You couldn't click. You couldn't click a single one if you wanted to go find it. You could.
Yeah, it's that bad. So, and then when you see them on Twitter go and say, like, we know it's bad, guys. We know you're going through a lot right now. We're working on it. You ask yourself, like, are you really though? And then, having DJ Wheat, who, like you said, is one of the founders, in terms of one of the founding fathers of Twitch, like, being on there, he's an old guard, right? Yeah. He comes up, and it's like they're using him to be the guy to come out and diffuse a situation.
He's their fall man publicly.
Yeah, he's a guy that you can't hate on, right? Because it's DJ Wheat, and he's great. And he comes on there, and then he has a lawyer that comes onto his stream, and the lawyer is out there spewing a whole bunch of bullshit. And when I say bullshit, I don't mean like what he's saying is technically wrong, because he's way more informed than any of us. But it really felt like a scare tactic. It felt like Twitch brought this guy on, and they did, believe you me. They got this guy set up, and he got on every type of podcast or show that have him in here. And he went out there, and he basically just said, like, the apocalypse is coming, and these are all the things that can be doing. Like, oh, if you're playing live music, guess what? They now got the technology to, like, listen to it live, and they can, like, strike you, in the middle of a stream and shut your shit down. And yeah, right now it's just clips, but the VODs are it's coming. I mean, all this stuff, and I've been saying this since 2017, and blah 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 blah. And from what I'm getting with, if they knew, so this is my hot take. And I'm passionate about this because I deleted 10 years of fucking content the other day.
Yeah.
10 years. Gone. Like, bye. And I tried. I went out and bought this stupid fucking hard drive to try and put on as much shit as I can. I get home. I start downloading VODs. I realize that Twitch is now throttling how much fucking shit I can download at once. So the shit's going to take literally to download like 15 gigs. One VOD is going to take me like 40 minutes with fiber op. I got to do that 4,700 times. It's not going to happen. And they're telling me that, like, hey, you need to get this shit removed as soon as possible. Well, unfortunately, you don't have an option for me to remove my shit as soon as possible, or make it so that nobody can view my clips or anything like that. Like, shut it down temporarily. What Twitch should have done is they should have locked everything up for all streamers for like a week, 2 weeks, and said, guys, we're building something, or here, it's going to lockdown. Nobody can get flagged. Here's 2 weeks. Figure your shit out. I don't care what you have to do, whether you got to put your stuff on the cloud, whether you got to get hard drives, figure it out. But instead, they basically said, hey, you literally had people from Twitch, DJ Wheat included, back and Gunrun, who's old Twitch, going on Twitter and retweeting people that are trusted within the community that can actually create a script so that you can go and delete your shit. But yet Twitch can't do it, which is insane. So I'm there scrambling to figure out, okay, I've got quite literally 10 years of playing music. I play music all the time. So it's impossible for me to funnel through. I'm not like a streamer that played music once in a while or whatever. This shit is played throughout, like most streamers, just played all the time without even thinking. So I'm thinking, okay, well, if my channel gets flagged, and this is getting bad, quote unquote, this is getting bad. I mean, I could get 3 strikes in 3 hours. I mean, I don't know. I can't. This is my livelihood. I can't fuck around. I got a wife and kid to feed. I can't fuck around. So, like, what am I going to do? Twitch is not telling us anything other than, oh, by the way, here's the guidelines. Well, I mean, yes, okay, I played the music. I get it. But so did everybody else. And if this is such a big problem, then why in the fuck don't you have a solution for us right now? And this has been going on for years. And let's not get it twisted here. You can, like, Twitch is on the hook for a lot of money. If this is like such a huge legal issue, why in the fuck do you not have something in place already? Like, do you really care about this? The reality is, and what I believe from what I'm seeing and the reaction and stuff, I believe they don't really give a shit. I believe they're riding a gray area for a very long time, and they're milking it for as long as possible. And the reality is, dude, if some chick takes off her shirt on stream, or some dude pulls down his pants on stream, you're breaking terms of service and you're getting banned. So whether it's for 3 days, 24 hours, 48 hours a week, or indefinitely, you're getting banned. Well, also on the terms of service is don't play copyrighted music. Nobody's getting banned. Nobody's getting a 3-day, 24-hour, whatever. In fact, the same individuals that they're paying millions of dollars as content creators that they bought out for the next few years are playing commercial music on their streams. The same ones that they pay to stream on their platform. They're literally breaking terms of service. And if you think that Twitch is going to ban Dr. Disrespect or any other massive streamer for playing music for 3 strikes, you're fucking mental. I'm sorry. They're not going to do it. They're just not. And nobody is getting banned on Twitch right now. Nobody has done it, because the reality is, the moment they ban one person, they have to ban everybody. They can't pick. They can't choose and pick. They just can't. I mean, you have Twitch employees, Twitch higher-ups, literally in a stream with copyrighted music, and nothing is said. So I asked myself, what is all this about? Because does Twitch really have to ban people? And let's be real. If the bigger streamers, and we all know who they are, I don't need to name drop anybody, but the bigger streamers that's making Twitch millions of dollars a year, I mean, the amount of money I make Twitch a year is no small amount of money. Some these other people, it's unfathomable. So think about this. You really believe that if some asshole decides to strike any big channel's name and they get 3 strikes, do you truly believe that they're going to ban them indefinitely?
No. They'll personally manage the biggest streamers. Like they'll lawyer up for them specifically. You said something very specifically that I agree with as well. I mean, it's not that I disagree with anything you said, but specifically, lots of people will point at streamers only in terms of riding the gray area. And like I said earlier, everyone knew that everyone's riding a gray area within that realm. Because it happens on YouTube, it happens everywhere. The thing about YouTube, and if you come from YouTube, it's almost like a bit of a fucking hamstring because you're so used to being able to do this stuff on YouTube, and the worst case scenario, 99% of the time, is what? Not a takedown, but the revenue from that video just goes to the copyright holder. And that's it. Because the reality, as annoying as that can be sometimes, the reality is that the content that's being built around that, like 6, 8, 10, 12-hour long stream, and there's like in some instances 30, 45 seconds of music that's played. Well, the RIAA wants that entire 12 hours to go just because of that 45 seconds. And so the solution was to just, instead of having videos go everywhere, it was just revenue change.
Yeah.
And within the streaming community, it was always an understanding that VODs were never going to be okay because they're permanent fixtures. But as long as you're not doing a radio show where you're just playing licensed stuff all the time, it's not the focus. It's not the focal point of the stream. It's just there in the background. So now that doesn't mean that it's less legal or more legal, I should say, by doing that. But that was always what was the case, and nobody ever got taken down in live, ever on any platform for doing it.
I'm going to tell you right now, that's not going to happen.
So Twitch, in its experience as the leading platform for live streaming video games and otherwise, right now, YouTube might be the video VOD platform, but Twitch is the streaming platform. At no point in time, like Jeff was saying, did they ever enforce a strike system or anything. The closest they got was muting VODs. In fact, they went out of their way so much to get it so that the algorithm would only mute the music portion of the VODs. It is of my opinion that Twitch was riding the same gray area that the streamers were, because they had the understanding that for people to want to stream on the platform, that was going to be something that they were going to want to do, and the only way for Twitch to continue to grow in the early days and continue as it is now was to make streamers happy, both big and small, and so they just let that shit slide. The rest of the TOS, like Jeff was saying, they'll enforce that shit until the day they DIE. They'll put up fucking like little councils of people to make sure that everyone's happy and rules are being equitably distributed, and they'll come down from on high to make sure that if somebody's accidentally getting nude for a second, they're banned or whatever. Shit, they'll even come down and ban you if you don't belong to get deserve to be banned, but they'll do it anyway just because fuck you. But when it comes to the music part specifically, and it's not like it wasn't within their ability to do it, they never moved on it at all.
The reality is, Adam, and this is just blunt. I'm just going to say it the way it is. I understand the reason why people are getting flagged, because you're listening to music, and we're not even going to get into the discussion about new media and old media, because that's a whole nother fucking discussion in itself. Yeah. So I get that. And I've been a content creator for a long time. I get it. I've lost tons of revenue from YouTube, just from even whether it's legit or not legit, just people just randomly flagging your account for shit they don't even own. But anyway, the reality is, if this was a problem and Twitch was worried about it, you just literally make it a rule. Don't play music that you don't own. Don't play it. You play it, you're done.
Yeah.
You can't stream here. We catch you doing it, you're getting a 3-day ban or a 24-hour ban, then a 3-day ban, then you're gone. If it's that serious, then don't do it. It's in my opinion, a rule is a rule, right? So if it's going to be part of terms of service, now if you want to make an asterisk, you can break this rule, but at your own discretion. Hey, if you get flagged, we can't really help you out there. But they're just saying that you can't. This is the type of music that you can't play. The reason why they don't do that, Adam, is because, for one, they're in a streaming war with other platforms, and for one, if they say no music, you're going to lose a lot of people right off the bat. And you better be damn sure that if you go and you start banning your docs, even your mid-tier streamers, the ones that are pulling in thousands of views concurrent over music, guess where they're going, bro? They don't just say, "Oh, it was a good run. I'll see you in the next life." They're going to go to the next platform that's going to have them there. So you really think that they're going to ban thousands and thousands of content creators? Nope. I don't care if they've got 10 strikes. It's not going to happen. The only people that I could ever see them banning for music are people that can't make enough noise. But I'll tell you, we're in a day and age where even if they ban somebody that's got 50 concurrent viewers over music strikes, it's going to go viral and people are going to lose their fucking mind. Because if you ban one person, you have to hold everybody at the same level of accountability. And numbers, throwing your numbers out like some big dick swing, it doesn't count here, because we all should have the level playing field. And if you're going to sign streamers for millions of dollars and you're going to have them be the face of Twitch, well, you should probably at least have them follow the rules. Because when I see the big streamers, and let me tell you something, Adam, after I deleted 10 years of content, the next morning I went to some of these big streamers. They're playing copyright music straight off Spotify, just letting it go. Zero fucks given. I go, why did I delete 10 years of content? Why am I the one that's doing this? Along with others, many others have done it out of fear, out of the unknown, like it's not worth my job. But why is it that these streamers, it's almost like they give zero fucks? Where are the big guys? Why are they not talking about this?
Well, they're not talking about because they don't want to draw attention to themselves they don't want to have to deal with.
I haven't. I mean, there are some big guys that have said it. But where are the big guys? What are they saying about this? They're staying quiet. Because they all play music.
Yeah, well, exactly. Here's what I want to see. I don't want to see Twitch play their little diddle-daddle bullshit game. We all know, as content creators in the space that have resulted in thousands and thousands of people buying games that we've played, or what's this playlist for music? Let me go. I like this song. What's this song specifically? It is constant I promise you, whatever the fuck they think that the licensing cost is always outdone by people checking out whatever the fuck it is that you're peddling.
Yep.
However, what I want to see, that's not going to change unless the big names in the industry, and I don't mean streamers, I mean the companies, get together to lobby against or fight the lobbying that the music industry is spending endless money on to get the politicians to keep this shit going the way it's been going for nigh on hundreds of years. The last time this shit got changed, Disney did it to be able to change it so that it's like for their purposes at the time, it was what was it? After the death of the owner plus 70 years or some shit.
Yeah.
Like,
it's crazy, dude.
We're dealing with media that is old media meeting new media, and the only way that new media can keep going as it is if the companies that are behind it are actually the ones to stand up. But here's the problem, is that the new media is often bought up by the fucking old media. And so the fact that Amazon owns Twitch and RIAA is crammed up Jeff Bezos' asshole means that we're probably not going to see Twitch be the one to go out of their way to take on this kind of bullshit. And that's all there is to it.
I see where Twitch is coming from. I know that I understand why they have a system, why there's 3 strikes. Why, I get it.
Enforce it.
But what I don't understand is you're not enforcing it. And you know what? I got to say, I'm happy they're not enforcing it, because it helps us streamers out to be able to continue to create the content that we've always created. So in a way, I'm happy that they're not. And I think that's the reason why they haven't been, is because it's making a lot of streamers happy. But now they're sort of tiptoeing around it. And I think they just need to put their foot down and say yay or nay. They need to just say, okay, this is what's going to happen. Or, hey, this is what we're planning on doing. If you guys want to play music, then all ad revenue for the stream, if you're playing music, is going out to wherever. Or, hey, each individual streamer has to buy a license like a radio station would, or this or that. But then again, that falls into new media. So where do we go from there? Are those licenses even good? Because if I could pay $100 a month, $30 a month to be able to play music, I do that. As a streamer, I'll pay for it. I don't care. But we're getting no options, to the point where we can't even delete our own clips. It's like, do something about it. Like, make a stand. Let us know. You're the leader. We're looking for direction. And the only direction is, well, It's in terms of service, so you probably shouldn't be playing it. Well, everybody's playing it. And now we could potentially lose our livelihood over it? And you're not allowing us to go and edit out those things or being able to choose and pick content so that we can at least VOD it and have our memories. But instead, you're basically saying, go to a third party and delete it. I'm still dumb. I'm upset about it because I deleted a whole bunch of stuff and I almost regret doing it because people are still listening to music. I can go open up 10 streams right now, and I guarantee you 8 of them are listening to music right now.
It will be one of those instances where, unfortunately, it will be a case of better safe than sorry, and that's just the way that it's going to have to be.
That's why I did it. That's
just how it's going to be.
But I'll tell you right now, I'll be playing music again pretty fucking soon. If, like, we don't hear anything and things just go on, I'll just delete VODs. I'll just delete the... fuck it Fridays, man. I'm playing whatever the fuck I want to play. I'll just delete the VOD. It's gone. Like that. Yeah. I mean, what else do I do?
It's a gong show.
Also, I'll let you. There's plenty of royalty-free music to listen to. Guess what? 98% of it sucks ball sack. Nobody wants to listen to it, and every fucking stream sounds the goddamn same. Listen to the same Monster Cat playlist over and over again.
Yeah, exactly.
Holy jeez.
It's true. That's pretty much that's it. I was like, I when this came down, I was like, guys, prepare for every stream to sound the exact fucking same. Use the same. It's like on YouTube. It's like our Minecraft music. The guy that made that, everyone's using his music all the same.
You hear it everywhere.
You just hear it everywhere. And for what purpose? Like, it's fucking hilarious to me. Anyway, Mr. Black.
Yeah.
We could very possibly be seeing PlayStation 5. Right now. It could be happening. So we're going to bounce on over.
Well, you got me all worked up now before this PlayStation 5
That's good. I got you jazzed. It's good.
Well,
we get you jazzed up.
I'm just pissed off I deleted all my fucking shit, man. That's what I'm pissed off about.
If people
I'm not mad at Twitch for trying to protect themselves and the streamers and doing what they got to do. I'm just pissed off at how they're handling it. It's ridiculous, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I can't delete a fucking clip, man. If I go in the back end and I load the page, bro, I still got thousands of clips from 2014. I can't delete them.
No.
Literally. I can't delete my own clips.
No, you can't.
For fuck's sakes. It's billions of dollars in a company. I can't click a button. It's fucked.
I know it's bad, bro.
It's like, it's insane. Do you not want, like, think about how much storage. I deleted 80 terabytes worth of content. 80 myself. If they put a delete button, do you know how much free server space that they're gonna loosen up by just having an option there? How much money they save?
I know it's bad, bro. It's bad.
I've been streaming since 2011, bro.
Yeah.
I deleted everything.
I know.
All of it gone.
I'm going to be doing
over some what ifs, bro. And every peer I know is fucking still playing music, and nobody's getting in trouble for it.
I promise you, somebody will, because there's going to have to be a fall person for it. Because ultimately, if Twitch doesn't enforce on people, especially some of the higher profile people, and it's in their TOS and it's with the RIAA can sue them for a shitload of money. And so there will be a fall guy. And I guess at the end of the day, the idea is you don't want to be the fall guy.
I ain't gonna be the fall guy. I ain't got the money to pay for that type of shit. So exactly. I won't be the fall guy. The fall guys will be the big motherfuckers. Those will be the fall guys. But you know who's gonna be behind them? Twitch. So Jeff Bezos needs to buy out this fucking company. He could literally this dude could literally just change the game with his dick. His big dick swings. He's got so much money.
Given what he's been doing, I don't think we should be expecting anything philanthropic from Jeff Bezos anytime soon. But Jeff, it's time for PlayStation 5. Are you ready? I got the link. I got the link there. You got there? You good? PS5 owners getting GTA 5 free on launch, Jeff, with, I don't know, PlayStation Plus or some shit. I don't fucking know.
Where's the link?
It's at the very top, actually, next to episode 156. You just highlight that bad boy. The future is now. So for those of you listening on the RSS feeds, you're just going to have some audio here, but we are watching this. I'm going to try and get our webcams up here. For those watching this on Twitch, this is going to look like a 5-alarm fire while I set this up.
It was great to kick today off with a look back at just some of the seminal moments of the last 25 years. And what better way to bridge our past and our future than with a game that's graced every PlayStation console, Grand Theft Auto. It's been a privilege partnering with Rockstar Games for many years now, and we're thrilled to open today with the news that that partnership will continue with PlayStation 5. It's now just over a year since we began sharing technical details of PlayStation 5, but today's the day that we've been looking forward to for years, when we get to show you just some of the games that demonstrate our belief that PlayStation 5 marks the biggest generational transition our industry has yet seen. The content we've curated for today's event.
Please let the games do the talking.
PS5 has inspired
What's going to happen?
I don't want to hear someone run their mouth. Let me see what this thing's got.
And how they look, sound, and feel. Enough from me. We're going to have the games do our talking.
Oh, we actually said we're going to let our games do. I just have my webcam up because I have no way of also capturing you, I don't think, without this being kind of janky.
I don't need to be on camera.
Yeah.
A hero's just someone who doesn't give up. Your dad said that. He was right.
Miles Morales?
Now it's your turn. Go be a hero.
Hold on, I'm just going to restart this real quick to catch up. Wow. Spoderman, Jeff.
Black Spider-Man. The Miles Morales.
Black man. Be yourself. Okay. Holiday 2020. I'm in the way? Alright, fine. I'll do this and hope that nobody cares.
新しいグランツーリスモの情報をシェアできるということですごく興奮しています。今回のグランツーリスモはおそらくこれまでのねグランツーリスモのファンの方がプレイしたら本当に嬉しいんじゃないかなっていうキャンペーンモードを中心にしたグランツーリスモになっていると思います。ぜひ楽しみにしていてください。
Gran Turismo.
Oh, you must be ahead of me.
No, I'm just guessing. I'm seeing cars now. Now a gear shift for next gen. Yes, this looks a striking amount like Gran Turismo. The real question is, Jeff, do I have to get all of my licenses just to be able to play the game like the old ones?
I hope not. The real driving simulator.
Yes.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, Forza's been shitting down their throat for about 8 years now. Gran Turismo's problem is that they're just lifeless, whereas Forza was made by people that actually love cars, and that was like the difference maker for a lot of people. Also, they just weren't good games. That's part of the problem.
What kind of fucking Mazda are they driving?
Is it a... well, it could be an... new version of like an RX-7 or an RX-8 or some shit. I don't know, I didn't catch it.
Well, the shit's going 280 kilometers an hour.
Could also be like their literal like GT Mazda. I don't know what Mazda's GT car is. I can't do racing games in this view. I would have to have VR. Like, lacking peripheral vision makes this view completely useless to me. I can't do it. Canada does use kilometers an hour, yep. But here's a fun fact for you. I always use miles per hour in racing games because growing up, that was always the default, and so now when I'm playing racing games, it's hard for me to gauge if I'm doing kilometers an hour. That was real gameplay though, Jeff. Like actual gameplay.
It was. Which I can
Games
appreciate.
were being played. Oh, Ratchet, this is, no, that's not.
Jax.
Yeah, that's Jax. No, Ratchet and Clank, Jesus, Adam. Although, I'm gonna be honest with you, I always confused Ratchet and Clank and Jack and Dexter or whatever. No, this is Ratchet, isn't it?
Right. The ship.
Is it?
I mean, we can't be
It looked like
Did you
Jax
just
to me.
debate me?
I might have.
They have found us, Ratchet.
It is Ratchet and Clank, yeah, there you go.
They look the same.
How do I steer this thing? Ask nicely. Slow down, please.
Oh, more gameplay. I can appreciate this
This is some
again.
gameplay. I still want to be able to see some UI, but,
The
you know.
dimensions are weakening considerably.
That's cool.
How bad is it? Well, it is certainly not good. Great.
What in the flying fuck is happening right now? So right now, this is like, all of a sudden it's Ratchet and Clank's Panzer Dragoon Orta. Lots of time jumping, or dimension jumping.
How many arms you got, beast? We've been boarded! Get off me, ship!
Oh, particle effects so much that the stream is just dying.
Ratchet, we are too late. Ratchet? Who?
Oh, alternate timeline, female Ratchet.
Rift apart.
Hi, I'm Marcus Smith, creative director at Insomniac Games.
Hi, Marcus
The
Smith.
entire studio is so excited to be able to share with you a first ever look at Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, a brand new, full-length, interdimensional adventure built from the ground up for the PlayStation 5. We're doing things we've never been able to do before, like use dimensional rifts to be able to leap from planet to planet nearly instantly, or put ray trace reflections on Clank. All of our alien worlds are filled with
Jeff, that was a really long list that he just had there.
Plus, Ratchet's
I don't know if you
all-new
caught up with
arsenal
that,
is
but
more exciting than ever thanks to the DualSense controller's enhanced feedback. Ratchet and Clank are near and dear to our hearts at Insomniac, and we can't wait to share more with you in the future. But for now, here's another look.
Did you see that?
Like my ride through?
what the
Oh,
fuck?
I see what they're doing.
This is similar to, there's another game that did something like this. Shit.
Sand sharks from above.
And it's kind of like, there's a GPU, test called Time Spy that kind of uses rifts like this. We're seeing the UI, Jeff!
Yeah.
User interface is on screen!
Kraken, or at least a very large octopus.
Alright, so this is gameplay now.
Yep.
I will never get used to that. Hey, break reality.
Don't let him get to the boss!
It docked in a very
Sounds great.
resurface after all
Yeah.
these years, just to try and take over the universe again. Yeah. I kind of wish he was doing a worse job. He must have more planned than planned. That's what I'm afraid of.
Well, they certainly didn't hold back on let's put as much shit on screen as humanly possible.
Yeah. Lots of
particle effects everywhere.
Particles on particles.
Deformation of terrain, Jeffrey. It's the look at that deformation.
Holy shit, that was cool though. Wow, the amount of stuff on screen that looks really crisp is pretty impressive.
That would be thanks to very fast memory and a hell of a lot more graphic power than the poor current consoles have to have.
I'm not gonna lie, that looked pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, that looked really good.
That looked like a fun game to play.
Yep. I mean,
cool.
most of the Ratchet and Clank games were all good, so hopefully they keep that dream going. It looked good.
Music was nice too.
Yep. I'm behind it. Oh, Square Enix. Oh my god. Here we go. Final Fantasy Remake Part 6. The reimagining. Where resolve will be tested. Truths will be questioned. Like, is the earth flat? And devotions will be doubted. Like, is spaghetti Jesus real? She will rise. Is this Tomb Raider or some shit? What is this? What the fuck is that? No, definitely not Tomb Raider, Jeff. Project Athia, of which we saw precious little. Did we get some more here? Jeff, I fought that dragon in Dark Souls. Designed exclusively for the PS. Oh, it's an exclusive. Oh. New IP, okay. I'm gonna need to see more of that. Because there wasn't a lot. But face value looked like a, you know, some promise. Annapurna Blue 12. These are not names I'm aware of. Are we getting into indie-ish territory or like new studio territory? Robots and cats. Rip Humans is spray painted on the wall. Those are homeless robots. So is this some sort of like allegory whereby humans created robots, humans died off, robots took up the day-to-day of humans, but they still, because they were made by humans, they still show all the same tendencies of humans. So you have like poor robots, rich robots, social strata, it's all the same thing, just with robots. Is that what we're going for here? Because that's what it looks like. Jeff, are we gonna play a cat in this game? Yes, we are. It's called Stray. All right.
I won't be playing any of that. So.
No, it's Stray coming 2021. You too can play a cat in a world full of robots. I wouldn't be against playing it. I just need to see actual game because there was no game there. This sounds like Mass Effect music, but it's not. And it's disappointing me. Ultra HD Blu-ray, Jeff. Ultra high-speed SSD. Ray tracing. This boomerang with haptic feedback. Adaptive triggers. with USB and motion sensors, built-in microphone to hear all of your porn, and a headset jack. The 3D audio I'm interested in for sure. It'll be very fun to see what their custom, proprietary stuff is capable of. That was USB-C, and if it wasn't, I would have yeeted the controller off the face of the earth.
Making games used to be about these constant trade-offs between the artistic vision and technical limitations.
This speech has been given to every new console generation, by the way.
We're going to be able to realize our artistic vision a lot better. It's got a ton of horsepower, which is very easy to unlock, and it's a machine that's really easy to develop on. The PS5 will present a paradigm shift as to what players will come to expect from gaming. Will let us tell stories, make worlds, create gameplay that I think will truly captivate the player and really surprise quite a few people. Please take a look at this new franchise for Worldwide Studios, coming exclusively for PlayStation 5.
The amount of uncanny valley in these renders of these people is just fucking wild. But hey. A Housemarque game. We're in space.
Over and over, I relive my first moments on this alien planet.
It's Groundhog Day in space.
Crash. The attack. My death. The crash. The attack. My death. Trapped in this endless cycle. Even death is no escape. Each time I awake, this planet seems somehow...
Really? Edge of Tomorrow, the game? Is that what we're doing?
Well, that's what I said. It's Groundhog Day in space.
Yeah. It's literally Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Infecting my mind.
Edge of Groundhog Day tomorrow.
The longer I spend here, the more I can feel my sanity slip away. But I cannot lose hope. My only choice is to keep fighting. To keep looking for answers. My only hope is to break the cycle.
I'm not sure about this aesthetic. There seems to be like a million different aesthetics going on here, and it's just kind of fucking with me a bit. Returnal.
Yeah, that's the
like,
worst thing I've seen on this yet. That looks pretty hot garbage.
It's like Return and Eternal at the same time, Jeff.
It doesn't even look fun to play. Like, it just looks dark, gloomy, and boring.
It kind of looked like it was going for some Dark Souls shit there. Not in terms of gameplay, but visually. But no.
Not feeling that.
I wasn't feeling it. Okay. Alright, lots of fur going on right now. It's Tony the Tiger. This game's great.
It's like a mascot.
Looks like it. Or a stuffed animal. Oh, it's fucking, what's the name of this again? Yarn Boy. Fucking Sack Boy. That's it. Yarn Boy. Little Big Planet. Except it's just a Sackboy game. Jeff, you know, his name it unites humanity because at the end of the day, weren't we all at one point just a Sackboy?
Yeah, we were.
This is 100% coming to the PS4. All this makes me question is whether or not we're getting another actual full-blown Little Big Planet. Because, you know, Mario Maker was a pretty big fucking success, and so we know there's still a market for that kind of game. So,
This thing looks more like Mario Party.
Yeah, well, yeah, this isn't... Yeah, like, that's what I'm saying, that this isn't a Little Big Planet game. This is like a... They took Sackboy from Little Big Planet and made a game for him. And that's where it's at.
Still looks better than Returnal or whatever the hell it is.
Yes.
But, come on, let's see some good stuff here.
Did you decide to feel pretty today, my love, and do your eyebrows and your eyeshadow? Wow. Wow. What is this? Thunderground versus TikTok guy. Straight up, every dude on TikTok is this guy. I'm not even fucking with you. What the fuck is this?
This is fucking Twisted Metal meets
Fortnite. Twisted Fortnite. Oh my god, this is the most... This is how I know I'm old, Jeff.
I know.
This is
Juvenile
how I know I'm old now.
It's zero appeal to me. Zero.
Like, it just kill me!
It immediately reminds me of every fucking 12-year-old I see that's doing like the floss and acting like a little.
I'm waiting for
turd.
the floss to show up. I haven't seen it yet, I don't think.
Oh. This is BattleBots.
The Destruction All-Stars.
Nope. Next.
Thank you, next.
Oh my god, that was
Can I say that without getting DMCA'd? As a hard pass.
Hello everyone, my name is Josh
hard
Greer,
pass.
and this is my brother Mike.
That's the worst thing
We're
I've
from
seen so
Emberland,
far.
A small team with a background in film and animation.
Here's some
We're
more
very excited
rendered
today to
things
share
with the
with you the first look at our new
PS5
game.
that's super
It's a
fucking
story
Uncanny
full of
Valley.
adventure and charm that has themes in personal growth and redemption. So please enjoy.
Growth and redemption, Jeff.
That's what I said after the first time I had sex.
Growth and redemption? What?
I know you are kind. You sense the power that flows through this land. Yet, you do not fully understand it.
Is that what's his name? It fucking sounds like a Japanese actor that's in
Driven by the belief that you can help these troubled spirits.
No, it's not. But he's trying to sound like him.
But you cannot.
I like the visuals though.
Weakness from me.
I feel like I'm watching a League of Legends clip for a new character.
You have no power here. Kena.
Yeah, he sounds like Ken Watanabe. I don't think it is, but he sounds like him. Oh shit, this is like a fucking Pikmin. This looks really nice though. Visually. Really nice. This is more actiony Pikmin. You know, not a lot of games have tried to do the Pikmin formula, or like the Overlord or whatever, so this has been a hot minute since I've seen a game go this route. That looked nice.
It's pretty. I
will keep eyes on it, for sure. I'll keep my eyes out for that
Run
one.
like a canyon.
Run like canyons. Banana fizz bitch and gun.
You ever feel like you're just waiting for a sign?
You ever feel like you're a leaf blowing in the wind, Jeff?
To do that thing you've always
Sometimes.
meant to do.
It's time to
Sometimes I feel like
hit
I'm just standing
up
on the edge
the
of doing great
furry market.
But something's holding me back. Maybe it's just nerves. Maybe it's the fear that I'll never be as good as what I imagine when I'm still just standing on the edge.
This is literally
We've
Furry
got
the video
nothing
game,
else to lose.
by the way. I know you
Might
can't
as
see
well
this
join.
right now, but this looks like what was that? Oh shit, I played it. What was that like visual novel-ish game?
I'm gonna call this game Furry High.
Life is Strange, thank you. Yeah, this is the furry version of Life is Strange, almost to a T. Miyagi! Fuck you! Oh, fuck this game. Oh, Miyagi, that made me actually laugh. That was a good.
Got me too, bro. You got me there, bro. You got me there.
Hi,
God,
I'm
that
Lorne
looked
Lanning,
horrible.
And I'm here to share
That was
with you
bad.
a game that I've
And
been
not just because
dying
it was
to make.
furries.
It's an emotionally engaging story where rescuing is rewarding, failure is devastatingly hilarious, and the memories should last you a lifetime. Take a look.
Yeah, the uncanny valley thing with these is that there's so much twitching happening at like the edges of the render and like and whatnot that it just.
You are no longer a slave.
Oh my God, Oddworld. All right.
They believed, trusted, followed, and it led them here.
Excuse me.
You may have escaped the murderous blades, but the fate of your entire people.
It's not my most proud fact, but I've never beaten an Oddworld game. I've only played a couple. Like, Oddworld was at its peak when I didn't have a console to play it on. I briefly played, I think it was Abe's Odyssey on the X, when it moved to the Xbox, the original Xbox.
You must find your full voice.
Oh my God! Is he really taking the stitches off his mouth? That's, alright. Damn.
Soulstorm.
Oddworld Soulstorm.
プレイステーション5によって我々の考える東京
信じ
のビジュアル
まかれ
を実現できました。今までに見たことのない東京の魅力を見て、聞いて、感じ
Man,
る
the
ことがで
Uncanny
きます。
Valley is just
こ
fucking
れ
me
からお
up,
見せする
dude.
のはゴーストワイヤー東京の世界初のゲームプレイ動画です。スーパーナチュラルでミステリアスな東京、そこに潜む驚異と美しさを感じ取っていただけると思います。ぜひお楽しみください。
Tokyo, Japan. That's a place.
You see things others can't.
Oh, is this Ghostwire Tokyo?
Hear threats
Yeah.
others don't. fight when others won't. It's up to you to save Tokyo.
No, this isn't what I thought it was, I don't think. Or maybe it is, I don't even know at this point. Face. The unknown. It is Ghostwire Tokyo? Okay, there you go. This is like the first kind of extended gameplay trailer-ish thing. Yeah, that looked like a video game. I don't know if I'm excited about it, but it looked like a video game.
It's alright.
Are we getting artsy now, Jeff?
We are.
Super Brothers, I guess, is the developer. Alright, that's... It went from tribal to launching into space. There is an international space station of sorts. Year zero. Now it's counting up. Okay. So are we like, is this like a... I'm still trying to figure out exactly what we're going for here. I don't know what those letters are supposed to say, but I can read the far shore. Is it Jeff?
What the fuck was that? Like, what? I don't even know what I'm watching, man.
It was very artsy, and I don't know what the game is supposed to be, but it looked like there was some exploration factors to it in space. Jet? J-E-T-T, the far shore? Yeah, I don't know, I don't know what that was supposed to be. It looked like it was in Unity, though, which means it was running at like 15 FPS. Oh, is this that God's game?
Yeah.
The Godfall or whatever it was called?
Yeah. Looks like they're going for a Souls-like thing.
Give me some of that gangster rap, Jeff.
Not really sure about this music choice.
You know, all the kids are into the urban music now, Jeff.
Look at me now! Huh, 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 huh!
Oh!
Unlock godlike armor. Become unstoppable.
Jeff, this looks like the commercial to a mobile game. You know what I mean?
Yes. Ascend. Half-price microtransactions on day one.
Godfall.
And that game looks like dog shit. All right.
That's a big nope from me, dog. Look at this shit. Available
pass.
holiday, Godfall 2020.
Hard pass.
Nope, that's a big pass from me, dog.
It's a stiff pass from Steve
Available
Nash.
on a phone near you.
Oh, creators of Hyper Light Drifter. This is going to get people hyped up. Hyper Light Drifter was pretty wild. Okay. So this is Hyper Light Drifter. Had a baby with Journey. Is the best way I can describe this. Which would not be a bad crossover. Solar Ash is the name of the game. Visually very much like a hybrid of those two. 2021. Lots of 2021 releases. No gameplay though, that was just kind of a little teaser. Alright, what's next? Hitman? Hitman. Yep. They did really fucking well with their recent Hitman games.
All your hard work, all your sacrifice, only sped up the process. And now, you find yourself alone.
Hitman 3! Oh, they're numbering it. Okay. January 2021. They have made a Hitman movie, and you know what? It wasn't terrible.
No, it wasn't bad.
Akanabrak here from IO Interactive. In Hitman 3, Agent 47 is back for his most intimate and professional contract in his entire career. This is also the dramatic conclusion for the World of Assassination trilogy. I'm so proud to be here to present a little glimpse of the gameplay where Agent 47 is on top of the world in Dubai. Enjoy.
Wink at me one more time, bro.
Yeah, 2 winks.
Going to fucking Dubai, bud. That's gonna, yeah, I was gonna say, with all the fucking skyscrapers and shit, these levels are gonna be wild. I definitely think that Hitman could go for another movie. I could take another Hitman movie. It's just there's Hitman as a game has that X factor. It doesn't do anything like particularly wildly special, but it's got the X factor. Press the PS button on your controller.
Here we go. So you can actually see what the system looks like.
Maybe. PlayStation Studios.
Was Was that like a little glimpse of what the
everlasting fuck is this?
I'm tired of these games, man. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Is this to like build games with this game thing? What is this?
Like, how many of these games can we actually, like, do we need?
All of them,
you know?
Apparently. Astro's Playroom.
Yay.
By Japan Studio and Team Asobi.
Pumped.
Do ya? Oh, okay. Very, it was by Neo Streams, very stylistic. Definitely indie. Without question. It's not voxel, but it's got the voxel look and feel. And now it's turned into Dark Souls. Ish. Or like Horizon Zero Dawn combat? I'm actually still trying to figure out what this is. He's now shooting a bear in the ass while riding a donkey? I don't know.
It's a game with no voice acting. You're just gonna hear.
So is this old man like his like a butler or some shit, and he's like the rich eccentric adventurer or something? What? Great. We just listened to a man drop a shit in a toilet. There you go. Very nice. Like, none of this looks bad, I just don't know what the fuck is happening. This is Little Devil...
Inside.
Little Devil Inside. Okay. I don't know what... I mean, it didn't look bad, I just don't know what the fuck that game is, but hey. We'll have to wait and see, but definitely indie.
What's up, everyone? I'm Zion Williamson of the New Orleans Pelicans. Here we go. The first ever teaser for NBA 2K21. Y'all are not ready for this.
Hey, what up? I'm an
Zion.
NFL player. This shit's gonna be tight.
He's a basketball player, actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm a basketball player.
He's a very young...
Shit's gonna be hella nuts, bro.
Very young basketball player built like a football player.
I ain't trying to bring you down, but for real, you might as well give up now. Think you got a chance, but I don't see how. Got a real tight grip when I hold that crown. I'm the first one in and the last one out. Whoever owns the place gotta drag me out.
Actual PlayStation 5 pre-alpha NBA 2K21 footage, Jeff. Real sweat. Feel Zion's sweat.
Sweat. I broke the net. It's real life.
Fall of 2020. Okay.
I'll tell you right now, I was ready for that.
Yeah, I was ready for that. It's another basketball game in which we saw almost nothing. Zion has played like 4 games. It's true, he just got in and then the Rona hit. Alright, that's a strawberry. Talking like it's Pokemon.
Amazing, aren't they? Half bug, half snack.
A very recently discovered
Oh my
species.
God, dude.
Entirely unique to this island.
What?
Oh, this one's lively. Beautiful seed patterns. Oh,
I feel
and
like
it's tasty too.
this is the stuff that plays on my TV upstairs for Kai all
To
day.
the island of bug snacks.
From the creators of Octodad. Okay, this is starting to make more sense as to why it's so weird. So Octodad.
Those centipede ribs.
Oh, yes. So Octodad devs went and hit up a whole bunch of fucking acid magic mushrooms. And then this was the result.
Goodness.
My invitation is open. Come join me on the island of bug snacks.
Liz! I was trying to carry a lamp with my weenie hands, but I dropped it, and now the town's on fire.
Oh, again?
Bug snacks with an X.
Wow.
Dear God.
Oh, it's the
Okay.
bad guy. He's transforming into a really big bad piece of meat. Yikes.
All right. That was a... I don't know what that game is. It's bug snacks. I don't know what it entails yet, other than eating bugs that are snacks and having parts of your body transform based on that.
Hi everyone, thank you for being with us
Shui
today for this very
Yoshida.
special event. But before we get to the end of the show, I have something
The end of the
very
show.
near and
Already?
dear to me.
Oh, you guys better bring it fucking hard in the paint.
Oh boy.
Like, show me the console. Would be a start.
All right. This looks like adult content.
There's pictures of mountains. Bob Ross would be happy with this. More mountains. Seascape. More mountains. That's a dead man being flown around by a very large claw. Oh, is this that Dark Souls game thing? What was it called again? Fucking... Mortal Shell?
Yeah, it looks like it.
I mean, that looked like Dark Souls fucking Tower Knight. Straight up. Oh, that's a Demon Souls.
Demon Souls.
Wow.
Ooh.
That's why it looks so much like it. Okay.
All right, we finally got some games.
Demon Souls. So is that a
Don't tell me that's
remaster
the-
or a remake or a new what? Or a reboot? What is that?
Deathloop is a
Alright, there's
next-gen
more.
first-person shooter about rival assassins locked in a time loop. This is our unique vision.
What's with these
What
time
our
loop
game is all
things?
about.
Is that the only thing people can come up with?
Gameplay, a surreal player-driven story smashed together. Want to see some stylish action? Check this out.
Check this out.
Check this out. You want to see the action? Wait no further.
Hello, Black Reef. Colt, my predecessor, has been pronounced guilty of treason. He is to be shot on sight henceforth in perpetuity.
Wow, you don't have to try very hard to load that gun. You just fucking pour the bullets in the top.
Start until
mind making this easy.
This has got some hefty... I mean, this is, Dishonored, so... It's gonna feel a bit like it. For sure.
Just a little bit.
Yep. That's right out of Dishonored. So is that.
Hey, look, I think I've seen this in Dishonored, actually.
And that.
And that.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, they gave it a rewind feature.
Oh, so we're playing basically,
Good morning, Black Reef.
what's her face the game?
Another day, another death. Our time
From
looks
Overwatch.
Ah, yes.
For everyone else on this island, this place is paradise. A never-ending party, where hunting me is the main attraction. And no matter how I try to escape, they always cut me down.
This is literally the same fucking concept. Everything, like...
Yeah, but it's a black dude with attitude, bro.
They definitely just saw Live, Die, Repeat and said, let's make a video game. And then somebody else said the same thing.
They all gotta die before midnight. There's just one little snag.
You thought it was going to be easy?
Juliana Blake, Black Reef's protector and a real pain in my ass. She may kill me 1,000,000 times, but eventually, inevitably, I will break this fucking loop.
I don't like watching you die. I like killing you. There's a difference.
Oh, you get to play both sides.
Play both sides of the story.
What? I'm be honest, it doesn't look good. I might turn out to be wrong.
It looks like last gen. It looks like this gen that we have now.
But not even just visually. It just doesn't look like a game that's amazing. But
Long ago, a young girl went with her mother to pick berries for her father.
Wow, this audio is super quiet.
Yeah, just a little.
But the forest greeted them with a dark, cold silence. The bushes empty.
This voiceover's dark, cold silence.
Yet determined to find the berries, the rascal broke free of Mother's grasp and vanished into the trees. Mother's worried cries faded fast as the girl ran on, over vine, under branch, and into the forest deep.
What is it with that creepy story?
It's just a local tale.
You're really into that stuff?
Quit being so paranoid.
And then it came true.
Friendly. Who are you? Who sent you?
How did he miss?
I don't know. But that looked like it was at all 4 FPS.
These frames are fucking awful. Oh my god. Dude, these frames are so bad.
Ooh, yee. So it's like a thriller horror, but what is the game? I'm seeing lots of cutscenes at 3 FPS.
I mean, I'm always down for a good horror game.
Yeah.
Village.
Village.
Like, I'm good for a good horror
Resident
game. Resident
Evil 8.
Chris?
Oh.
Why?
Oh,
No,
for fucking Chris Redfield is back and on the juice, Jeff. It's Resident Evil 8 Village.
That was not a good showing for Resident Evil. I'm sorry, man. Like, I liked the idea of it, and I thought it looked cool, but man, the audio, the frame rate, that shit was like, I'm actually disappointed.
It was not a good first showing for Resident Evil 8.
No,
You're gonna do
it wasn't. Yeah.
Oh, isn't this Hideo Kojima's fucking mascot? Lumens or whatever the fuck his name is. This is next game? What do you got? Children of the Future, Jeff. So it's like, okay, what? Pragmata. And now they're on the moon. So with that cat being a projection over top of a robot, I'm guessing that child is also a projection over top of a robot. That was from Capcom. That's another game that I don't know what it is.
I want to see the system. I want to hear the price. And I want a wow moment. That's what I want.
I think Resident Evil was supposed to be a wow moment given the logo reveal, but did not. It was the wrong kind of wow. It was more like an Owen Wilson wow.
Wow. Wow.
Wow. I need Horizon Zero Dawn 2. Yes, absolutely.
Perished.
That could literally be what we're watching right now.
Their great cities turned to graves. In their place came new life.
Show me Aloy!
And new dangers.
Sounds like her. Yeah, there she is. Let's fucking go. Horizon Zero Dawn. Still the only fucking truly spectacular game on the PlayStation 4 as far as I'm concerned.
Find a way to stop it. It'll get worse and worse.
Yes.
Until it destroys us all. There's nothing I wouldn't do to save this world.
Yes. Yes.
No depth I won't
That
explore.
looks pretty.
Yes. Yes.
No secret I won't unlock.
Ooh.
Like a casino. Yes.
No barrier I won't cross.
Fuck, we're going global with Horizon Zero Dawn.
This mission is mine alone. If I falter, if I fail, there won't be anyone left to stop what's coming.
Hey, look, it's that black guy from just about every movie. He's never a star, but he's just there.
Yes. Yeah. There you go. The Forbidden West.
But whatever comes,
Dear God.
I will be ready.
You're gonna need more than a bow for that one. Yes.
There we
Horizon
go.
Zero Dawn 2. There it is. Now show me the console and press stop.
Yeah. That was
On
dope.
behalf of the
That
entire
looked pretty
team
too.
at Gorilla, we're happy to share the first
Again,
look
if nobody's
at
played Horizon Zero
Forbidden
Dawn here
West.
yet and you have the ability
We're
to,
continuing Elga's story as she moves west to a
do
far
that.
future America.
To brave a beautiful but dangerous frontier masked with mysterious new threats.
Get ready to explore distant lands ravaged by massive storms.
And take on new, powerful machines as you return
to the majestic world of Horizon.
Stay tuned for much more. We can't wait for you to get your hands on it.
I think there's a lot to look forward to for the community.
Indie game, Sizzler
As a game
Reel.
designer and storyteller, this is incredibly exciting. We're talking a whole new generation of ideas and experiences that we can create for the player.
No matter where they are, no matter who they
I don't know, we're getting all the devs in to talk about how dope the hard drive is.
More iconic, interesting characters, more atmospheric, immersive worlds for players to explore.
We want to wow players.
Expect the unexpected.
And I, for one, can't wait. We can't wait.
We can't wait to share them with you.
It's so exciting.
Incredibly exciting.
It's really about love
For the players and for the players.
As a developer, that's an amazing feeling to have.
Developers.
Welcome to PlayStation 5. Now show me the console.
Here it comes.
Alright, here we go. There's some balls. There are lots of balls. Even more balls. Is it gonna come out of this wave of balls?
Here it comes. I'm on the edge of my seat here.
D's balls.
Are all the balls gonna drop at once and there it's gonna be?
Oh, all balls do drop eventually, Jeff. You know...
Particles, Adam.
Internally, someone had to know that this was not going to look good on a stream. But here we are.
Here it comes.
Here we go. The curtains part, the balls part, and underneath them is a taint that looks like...
Here it comes.
Lo-fi hip-hop. What the everlasting Dubai Tower fuck is that? It's a render, first of all, but okay.
Where's the price? Put it down there. Let me see the price.
Xbox hasn't mentioned theirs yet, so I doubt they'll mention theirs.
Well, there's two versions.
Two
one
versions.
With a disc, one without.
Yeah, digital.
Digital edition.
We called it.
Didn't we call it?
We fucking called it.
Didn't we call it, dude? You watch. I'm telling you, bro.
An HD camera. Pulse 3D wireless headset. This media remote.
We hope you've enjoyed the first glimpse of our future today. You've seen our most striking console design yet, and you've seen games that can only be enjoyed with the full range of PlayStation 5's features and power. At PlayStation, we believe in generational transitions, and we put years of work into making them happen. We want you to enjoy the unique benefits of moving from one generation to the next. Thank you for joining us. We're launching later this year, and we have tons more to share. Welcome to PlayStation 5.
But can you lay that bitch on its side? I know that seems like a silly question. I know it seems like a silly question, but can you?
With the PlayStation 5, anything is possible.
But whatever comes, I will be ready.
Alright, just don't show Resident Evil. Alright, well, you fucked it. Alright, well, there you go. It's on a stand, but that doesn't mean you can't lay it on its side. But it does make me question, because they didn't show it, whether or not you can, in fact, lay it on its side. Because not everyone wants to set their console vertical, depends on their home theater setup, right? I agree, the digital version looks better without the CD on it, for sure.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, it is on its side. I just saw it there for a brief second. Yeah. Okay, so we can.
They're letting you guys know you can.
Yeah.
Smart play.
They didn't exactly fucking leave it there for very long. It was about 3 frames. But it's there.
It actually looks nicer on its side than it does standing up.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm not, like, a huge fan of it. I like the color combo.
I don't mind it. Yeah. Alright, well.
Okay.
There
you know
have
you're
it.
in deep when Marvel has to be the first fucking, logo copyright on the list, and Sony's underneath of it. That's 10 out of 10. Alright, 1 second. Let me just, get you back up on screen here for a second here. Get you there.
No date?
There
Yeah,
it is.
I wouldn't expect them to a date right now with the fucking world blowing up, so, you know.
No date, no, I expected like a date, but not a price, because Xbox hasn't announced a price yet. But, there you have it. It looked big? I need a banana for scale, Jeff. The console looked big, but it might just be the kind of the wavy design making it look bigger than it is.
Yeah, I mean, hey, when I first saw the console, I was underwhelmed, and I was like, it took a minute. On its side, it actually looks real sleek and nice. Standing up, it looks like what you said, like a Dubai building. But at the end of the day, I really don't give a fuck what the console looks like.
No, of course not. No.
I really don't.
No.
Because I'm sure that they'll have a black version that'll come out and different, things. Controller looks 10 out of 10. I think I love the design of the controller.
Yeah.
I think the controller looks way more better designed and just aesthetically appealing than the console. And I think if you're going to nail one of the two in terms of look, the controller is the one you want to hit.
I feel like they hired an exotic car designer to create the fucking console design.
Yeah. Well, I don't think somebody in chat said barely any gameplay. I think there's tons of gameplay in there.
Fair amount.
I thought there was all kinds of gameplay in there. I actually thought they did a way better job than what Xbox has done so far.
Well, this is their first party, like full blown thing. Xbox is in July, right?
Third party, yeah. They did the third party stuff.
They did the third party stuff.
So my initial thing was first 15 minutes, really like really good, like some really good foreplay. Then the sex started happening, and it was very disappointing. It was like indie game after indie game after indie game, and I'm all for some indie, but like it was starting to look very similar. It was very platformy, which I understand. It's a new console. They're testing the waters, doing all these things. But when you're starting off with like Spider-Man or Miles Morales, and then you're going into Ratchet and Clank, which looked real dope. I mean, that's one of the takeaways for me. I really thought that looked impressive. It sounded impressive. It looked polished, even though they were calling it a pre-alpha. It ran like butter. And then we just got into like these childish. I understand they gotta hit another market, and I get it, but it was a lot of it, and it started to become very. I was like, hurry up. And then at the end, we started getting games. Unfortunately, the Resident Evil didn't hit because the frames were just so bad. But as I was watching it, and I'm not even just saying this because it was Resident Evil. As I was watching it, I was going, this looks intriguing. That there's some really good stuff here. I'm down for another horror game, but what's up with these frames? It just looked really, really bad. And then seeing Resident Evil at the end, I was like, oh man, really? I want it more, but hey, it is what it is. I'm sure that'll get better. Obviously the big thing was Horizon Zero Dawn, which or Horizon West, whatever it is.
Yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn 2.
Horizon Zero Dawn 2. Yeah, that was sort of their big reveal. And they didn't fuck that up. That game looks pretty as shit. That looked awesome. And there wasn't really anything else that really stood out to me.
For me, it was Ratchet and Clank, Dark Souls Remaster. That's going to get a lot of people excited, and I think a lot of people are going to be talking about that one. Horizon Zero Dawn 2.
Demon Souls.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah, Demon Souls. The Demon Souls remake. So Ratchet and Clank, Demon Souls remake, and then Horizon Zero Dawn 2. And everything else was take it or leave it. It wasn't that it was like full of really terrible. Nothing looked truly terrible in there. There was a couple of like indie games, like you said, that were, they're esoteric and they don't know what the fuck the game is going to be, and it's just kind of like they look similar and whatnot. And there was some kitschy little things in there, like the Astro game that made me want to friggin' yeet myself off the roof of my house. But it was solid. And we got the console reveal finally, so it was nice to finally see the console. And yeah, I think it looks good. The digital looks 1,000 times better than the
dude. And we called it. We were like,
digital
listen,
version only.
The digital version and a disc version. That way, the digital version will be probably $50 cheaper, and it'll give people an option, which is a video game. And a lot of people buy their games digitally. And with the digital version, I think it'll probably come with a bigger hard drive than the disc version.
Hard to say
Or there'll be an
because
option.
even the disc versions still require massive installs most of the time, right? Like even if you buy a disc game, they still have you download and install like a massive amount of it. So
Yeah,
and
that
to
might be the same.
really make use of the console's hard drive, you're gonna have to install off the disc as well. So they could put a bigger one in there, but I feel like it would make it the same price. You know what I mean? Which is possible, and I don't think that's a bad thing. So you could go for a disc drive, smaller hard drive for one price, bigger hard drive, no disc for the other, because at the end of the day, you're going to need a lot of storage. I mean, both of them are going to have storage solutions. PlayStation seems to be plug-in. They're going to give. We talked about this podcast before.
Yeah.
They're going to give a list of hard drives that they're
plug and
saying
go.
yay or nay. So you're going to have to keep an eye on that white list. Microsoft is making their proprietary the SD card like things that plug into the back of the console that are like just little Game Boy cartridge type things.
Memory cards
of more or less. And so we'll have to wait and see how this is gonna be a bad joke, but the storage wars go for this generation, because games are getting so big. Like one of the things today, like even though it was an error, the Call of Duty getting an 80 gig update was a bug, but they were like, yeah, it wasn't supposed to be 80, it was just supposed to be 40. And you're sitting there going, it's still 40 gigs! And you've done like 15, 40 gig fucking patches. Like, what are you doing with this game? So and the game itself is 100 gigs. So, you get a terabyte hard drive, you're talking about 10 games. Storage is going to be impressive. If any of these consoles launch with sub 1 terabyte hard drive, it would be a catastrophic failure.
Yeah, it's not. They're not. It'll be multi terabytes.
Yeah, like a 1 terabyte is your floor. I want to see 2 terabyte.
2, yeah, a 2, a 4, and a 4 option.
Yeah,
because 1 is just not going to be enough. Period.
Yeah.
Unless they're doing something that we don't like. They're compressing the fuck out of shit. Which I highly doubt. And even if you compress at this level, it's still going to be juicy, like thick.
Well, the textures and stuff are getting huge now, and that's fine. But the patching process for some games is just freaking nuts.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm probably gonna pick up the digital. I think it looks nicer. I don't really care to have the physical copies, and it's probably the route I'm gonna go.
That would be mine in general for both sides, because the only, if I were to buy a physical copy of anything, it would be a collector's edition item, and again, you have to install and download anyway. So you're just getting it like, let's say you're getting a fancy steel book you can still get that, but why would you bother getting the disc and put it in? Just download it, especially if you have the internet for it. Just fucking download the games. And be done with it, especially if it's account based. I know people get freaked out about the fact that if they if they don't own it, so that in the future, if the service ever goes down, it's gone. And if that's the case, then good, you can still have your physical copies available to you, but
and you can resell too, right? You can't do that with digital. Right.
Yeah.
So the good thing about having a physical is you get tired of playing it, you can trade it in, you can sell it.
I gotta keep it. I gotta keep it 100 though. Right now, if you're buying and reselling games in this age, then you're doing a terrible job of deciding which games you're fucking buying. Like the games are so expensive now that if you're just buying games, like just wanton fucking destruction, like.
Some people buy them though, and they beat games very quickly, and then they put it up for sale, and they get almost all their money back except for $10-20.
Yeah,
and then they just move on to the next one, right? So
my suggestion for those people will be on the Xbox side, Game Pass.
Yeah,
hop on the Game Pass for like the $15 a month or whatever, and just fly through as many games as you want to fly through. But it's true, you always want to. There's always going to be people that want physical games, and that's why, despite the fact that at this point it should probably be digital only anyway, they're still going to provide that stuff. The other thing to keep in mind is that digital only is not going to have a 4K Blu-ray player. Which is what that drive also doubles as. So if you're somebody that doesn't already have a 4K HDR Blu-ray player,
I didn't think of that. So maybe it's not going to be $50 off. Maybe it's $100.
In a million years, it'd never drop $100.
Think it's that much?
Fuck no.
Yeah, it's at least 50.
It'll be the cost of a game.
$49.99.
50 or so bucks.
50 or $69.99.
If it was $100 cheaper, the main console would cost a fortune before it would be $100 cheaper. It'd be nuts. Yeah, so I mean, it looked good. Lots of good stuff on there. Lots of meh stuff. Console looks, okay. I'm neither here nor there. Somebody, I noticed while we were talking about this, somebody said on Reddit, the console looks like Seto Kaiba's jacket. And it kind of does, if you think about Seto Kaiba's jacket. It does kind of resemble that. But yeah, I mean, I will say this. Talk about really showing the two takes on design in terms of function, like form and function, from a Japanese company and a North American company from Microsoft. Microsoft was like all form and all function, and the form followed the function. We made a box that serves the cooling purposes exactly. It's easy to manufacture. It keeps our costs down, and it goes on in your media stack sideways or vertically easy because it's a fucking box. Call it a refrigerator all you want, but that's we're going for pure functionality. PlayStation, fuck that. We want to make a supercar in a console form, and just wildly fucking different methodologies. And it's funky because there was a time where Microsoft wasn't doing that. They were kind of like the 360 kind of had that like flowier design with the PS3.
And then you got red ringed of death because of their shitty design.
You went through the fucking cooling. They learned about that lesson once, and they never wanted to go through that.
Oh, that was
ever again. I will say this: as bad as that red ring was, which is awful, they handled that as a company really fucking well. They extended warranties on consoles that didn't even have red ring for like years. I had one of mine red ring like 4 years deep. And I went and fucking got a new console. They sent it to me. So, it was terrible, but at least they handled it properly. And they're not going to have that problem with this one, thank God. If anything, like we've already discussed, the PlayStation 5 will be the one to watch for heat because of how they're handling their clock speeds on that side of the fence. So, wild times. We've now seen both consoles. We now get to wait until July to see the first-party stuff from Microsoft. We've seen first-party stuff from PlayStation. Now we get to wait for Microsoft, and that will, and then we'll really be able to compare what we're looking at going into the fall, and that's kind of exciting stuff. So there's that. Thankfully, there's not too much more news. We'll just run through this real quick, hop into our end game, and let you guys get back to it, as we are already 2 hours deep.
Yeah.
And we need to eat. I need to eat. So luckily, again, Call of Duty patch, we just talked about it. For the Xbox owner specifically, what it means, unfortunately, they have to re-download the whole game. It's 100 gigs. They have to re-download. Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning, coming August 11th. That's it's a remake or a remaster, I should say, of Kingdoms of Amalur, which kind of flew on the radar. It was, it wasn't the greatest game ever, but it was a game that definitely more people probably could have played. This is the remake, and the title is fantastic. Re-Reckoning is a great way of saying it. I love it. When we talked about this the other week, when Hideo Kojima said that Death Stranding was profitable, what he actually meant was it covered costs and a little bit more, just enough to start funding the next project. So when he says profitable, they didn't blow the doors off this bitch. They skidded across the finish line. And got just enough to start their next project. So not the success that he was probably hoping for, but at least he got into the green. EA Access is coming to Steam now, so you're still probably going to need an Origin account, and Lord knows they'll probably launch the game through Origin as well when you launch it from within Steam. But if you have EA Access and you have Steam, you can kind of merge the two. You'll have access to that stuff in some weird, wonky way. We'll know more soon enough, but for now, that's all that I could find on it. Shareholders are not particularly pleased with Bobby Kotick's continued big bonuses, and Bobby has been pulling this bitch down for a long time. And it doesn't matter if the company is doing well or not doing well, if they're meeting targets or not meeting targets, Bobby is getting paid so that he can continue to have the most punchable face in the history of the video game industry. let's see here. Oh, so the recommendation was supported by the CTW Investment Group, which works to hold directors accountable for irresponsible and unethical corporate behavior and excessive executive pay. The group works with union-sponsored pension funds, which represents a substantial portion of Activision Blizzard's shareholders. In a filing to the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, CTW Director Dieter Vossnegger, which sounds worse than it needed to, urged Activision Blizzard shareholders to vote against the management say on pay proposal scheduled for the publisher's general meeting on June 11th. Despite repeated low approval votes from shareholders, Activision Blizzard maintains multiple overlapping opportunities for its CEO to earn outsized equity awards, even when performance-related vesting thresholds have not been met, which is a really fancy way of saying whether or not they meet their performance targets, Bobby is getting fucking paid bonuses. Now they're getting them come after them for it. So, we'll wait and see how that goes, but Koenig, according to the filing, Koenig has received nearly $100 million in combined stock options and equity since 2016. Hasn't even been 4 years yet. And it's been getting consistently larger than the total pay of CEO peers at similar companies.
Bobby's getting paid. That's just bonus checks.
That's just bonus checks, bro.
That's just bonus checks. Give me them bonuses.
The filing also states that Activision Blizzard employees typically earn less than 1/3 of 1% of Koenig's earnings. 1/3 of 1%. Sounding like a fucking Bernie Sanders quote. But that shit's crazy. So there you go.
Mm.
They're not particularly pleased with Bobby Kotick, and to be honest, I wouldn't either. That's money that could be going to the shareholders. No wonder they're fucking salty. Sony got fined $3.5 million for refusing PlayStation refunds in Australia. The ACCC deemed their treatment of digital games refunds being different from physical game refunds to be anti-consumer. So basically, Sony, as I was just saying there, we're trying to treat refunds of digital games separately or differently from how they treat refunds of physicals, which happens here too. You know, you can't refund. Try refunding shit on Blizzard Store or Steam inside of like 48 hours pass or you're fucked. So anyway, the ACCC in Australia said, "Fuck you. That's shitty business practices. Pay us $3.5 million and stop doing it." And so that's what Sony had to do. I wish that shit happened in more places, because if there is something that I'm concerned about with digital stuff in the future, is that they are trying to treat digital as different from physical games.
Yeah, well, they're trying to treat it like, hey, you open it, it's yours.
And that's the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one of the things that I'd be concerned about. But good on the ACCC in Australia for putting them in their place. Next up, No Man's Sky, which continues to put out updates ad nauseum. Now, this week, they added crossplay between all platforms that No Man's Sky is on. So now you can find and play with people across every fucking platform for No Man's Sky. And with that, they have an entirely new networking backend. On top of that, the release also includes now full-body VR support. And it is now part of the Xbox Game Pass and available on the Xbox or the Microsoft Store. There's more. Those were just the highlights of that update. Mortal Shell got a new trailer. We don't need to watch it. It's 50 seconds long. It looked kind of like we've already seen before. You know what? It actually looks like it's Dark Souls, but it looks good. So I'm going to give it the pass. If you're going to do Dark Souls, you do it well. I don't care. Just make a good game. And it looked pretty good. And lastly, Wizards of the Coast canceled the production of 7 cards that depict various forms of racism. The Space Godzilla card, which we talked about in the past that they canceled because of what's going on, it's only an uncommon card, but it's already up to $1,000 now in value because of the cancellation. So if you have one of those 7 cards, hold on to those bad boys.
Hold the line.
Mr. Black, give me the most incredibly...
Movies and TV.
We could sell out.
Sponsors. Patreon.com/LagTV. Head on over there. Throw money at it. If not, hit the like button. Leave a comment. Share it. All that fun stuff. leave a review. Elgato. If you don't already get a Stream Deck, what are you waiting for? You all got to get one. You can get it in mini, regular size, XL, whatever tickles your fancy. You can get green screens, key lighting, capture cards. You name it, they got it. Whatever you're looking for, go and get Elgato. Link is in the description of this video. Yeah, Elgato, get one right now because they sponsor the stream and they actually got good shit. So go and buy something. What else you got? NordVPN. Where do I start with NordVPN? First off, 70% off using the promo code OTT. NordVPN.com/OTT. 3 years. 3-year term. Money back guarantee after 30 days. You don't like it? Within 30 days, get your money back. All right? I don't know how many people took their money back because people were enjoying it. You know what a VPN is? It's called a virtual private network. Essentially, you can mask your IP to another country, area, region. Doesn't matter. Are you getting blocked on the internet? You can't watch certain content on YouTube or Twitter or Netflix. You want to watch a different region of Netflix. Maybe you're from the U.S. You want to watch Canada. Maybe you're from Canada. You want to watch the U.S. You can do that by one click of a button. You can have a Chrome extension. You can have a desktop app. You can have your phone app. You can have a smart TV app. And you can log in up to 6 simultaneous devices at the same time. That's what simultaneous means, guys. 6 of them. All under one username. Sign in 6 different places. On 6 different devices. In 6 different regions. You can do it all. And most importantly, stay safe and stay anonymous. The internet's a crazy place. People want your info. When you're out in public and you're at Starbucks and you're drinking your cinnamon dolce suck it sideways, use your VPN on your phone. Stay safe. Stay anonymous. Don't let them enter all your stuff. Also, if you're getting data capped, you're getting logged by your ISP, get around that using a VPN. You didn't hear it from me, though. And, promo code OTT. 70% off. Go.
Now what time is it?
Movies and TV.
Film and TV production can resume in California on June 12th, Jeff. Yay! Jon Favreau says Mandalorian Season 2 is on track for an October release.
Yeah,
James Bond is apparently expected to be a dad in No Time to Die.
Ooh. I was always thinking, why doesn't he have a kid yet? Or multiple kids with the amount of ladies?
Maybe he does, but he just ghosts them like a champion. I mean, he would be the one to be able to ghost them, right?
Makes sense. Do you think the kid is going to be older or younger?
The real question is, will the kid be ethnic?
Probably. My guess is half Spanish.
Illegitimate Chinese child.
Nah, it's going to be Mexican.
Yeah, probably.
I feel it.
Keanu Reeves and Carrie Ann Moss say they took up the Matrix 4 because they thought the script was beautiful with a great message. I believe it when Keanu says it. If it was only Carrie Ann Moss saying it, I'd say it was probably because she hasn't done anything in a while and she wants a lot of money. But if Keanu's saying it, odds are he actually thinks the script is pretty good, and that gives me hope that it's not dog shit.
I don't think that's it at all. I think Keanu Reeves is getting paid a shit ton of money. I think Keanu Reeves owes the Wachowskis a debt beyond debt. And I think
why?
Obviously, they must have a good script. But do I think Keanu Reeves...
What would Keanu Reeves owe the Wachowskis at this point?
I mean...
He already did. He did an entire trilogy with them and made them bajillionaires.
Yeah, and
as much as they made him a bajillionaire, although he gave away most of his money on set.
I mean, let's be real, man. Keanu Reeves never really was a great actor and still isn't a great actor.
No.
So, they gave him an opportunity. I mean, it got offered to Will Smith, but then they picked him because Will Smith didn't want it. So, I mean, there's probably some sense of loyalty.
Oh, sure.
And they want to help, the Wachowskis. I don't even know if both Wachowskis are part of this.
This is Lana or whatever.
I think it was just one, but I think he probably wants to help. And obviously they have to have a good script. But I'm hearing that there's like a few characters. Like right now, Morpheus isn't even in the movie.
That's going to be weird if he's not there and those two are.
Yeah, or at the very least, Lawrence Fishburne isn't.
Yes,
now, if they have somebody else playing a new version of Morpheus, I don't know. Or maybe it's a complete secret. But yeah, I mean, do I believe that Keanu Reeves is going to be part of Matrix 4 when in all reality, if this movie does well, he's essentially saying I'll do 5 and 6 as well. Like, you don't just make a 4th and be done.
Yeah.
If this movie turns a profit, he's definitely already signed. Like, there's a clause where he's locked in for another 3. So this isn't something where, the script is beautiful, I'm going to do it. It's probably like, hey, you know what? If you bring me a script that is good enough and you get the entire crew behind us, and they're going to pay me what I'm worth, because Keanu's star is bigger than ever. So, and he's already doing something that's physically taxing with John Wick. There's going to be another John Wick coming. To bring on something this big, it ain't just about, I think that's some mumbo jumbo. Because I think what they're saying here, and the reason why they're saying because the script is beautiful and a great message, is because, let's keep it 100. The last couple of scripts for The Matrix, not beautiful and not a great message.
True.
They were hot garbage.
True.
All right. I'm just going to keep it 100. And I think that's the first thing people are thinking is, can the Wachowskis or Lana or whoever's doing this, can she actually write a good script? Do they actually have an idea here, or is it going to continue to go downhill and we're going to ruin what little we have left to love about The Matrix? And I think they're trying to tell the fans, we've got a good script. But how many times over the years have we heard from movies say we got a good script, and you watch the movie and then it's dog shit, and the only excuse they have is, well, during the editing process, man, they really cut out key things in there that just really didn't. It just wasn't the same without that 3-minute talking scene or this. I think it's just mumbo jumbo. The reality is, there's a studio chucking a lot of cash. It's been long enough. We got new technology. Keanu's star is hotter than ever. They can actually make the movie because, 5 years ago, they wouldn't be able to do this with Keanu's star and where The Matrix was at. But now there's a new renaissance. Who's hot right now? Keanu. Let's make Matrix 4. Let's go.
It's going to be super weird if he and Carrie Ann are in it, but not Lawrence Fishburne. Fuck me. That'd be very odd.
Well, you know who's not coming back? Hugo. Hugo's not coming back.
It wouldn't make any sense for him to come back.
It wouldn't even make any sense for
Neo. 4 in general. Yeah, it's true.
So who knows what we got here?
That's true.
I have no idea.
We'll have to wait and find out. Bill and Ted Face the Music trailer drops. I watched that earlier and looked like more Bill and Ted.
Yeah, I'm not a huge Bill and Ted guy.
No.
It's not really my thing, but it's a huge cult following and stuff. So I watched the trailer and I giggled a couple times. I think the premise is cool.
Yeah.
But it's not my cup of tea. I mean, I'll probably watch it when it comes on digital and I can just stream it, but I won't go to the theater and see that.
Be excellent to each other. Cops got canceled after 32 years. Can't imagine why.
Well, now they've got PD Live or whatever it is.
That's probably not going to last a hell of a lot longer either. If I had to guess.
Yeah, if I had to guess why.
Yeah.
Now I know.
Yeah. Gone with the Wind gets removed from HBO Max for its depiction of its black characters and immediately goes to number 1 on Amazon sales chart. You know why? Because it's fucking Gone with the Wind.
Yep.
I suspect HBO is going to pull like a Disney where they're pulling it down and then they're going to put like a fucking like disclaimer on it that says that this movie was a product of its time and not everything that in it was okay then and it isn't now, and viewer discretion is advised, like they do with some of the older Disney stuff, and then put it the fuck back up because it's Gone with the fucking Wind. Are you really gonna just like suddenly try and remove Gone from the Wind? For that seems like a bad choice. But yeah, that's
horrible life choice. Actually,
it's kind of fucking weird.
And I'm pretty sure that like Gone with the Wind also had like the first Black Woman Academy Award winner or something.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I haven't seen Gone with the Wind in probably 10 years now, but I don't, and I'm a white dude, I don't remember it being that overtly racist with its black characters. I mean, she's a maid.
I haven't seen it in many, many years too. I was like a teenager.
But I thought she won awards and shit for that role, and
I'm pretty sure that she won an Academy Award. I'm pretty sure she was the first. But who knows? You know what? At the end of the day, it's a fucking movie.
Yeah.
And you know, there are plenty of films that have racism in them. That's part of the movie. It's part of the history. You know, I don't get offended by watching a film, especially when it's tackling racial. The movie is tackling the exact. What are we going to do? Remove, you know, every slave movie there is, or every, you know what I mean? Like I don't know. I don't get it. I just think right now everybody's fucking on edge, bro, and nobody wants to offend anybody, and everybody feels as though they need to take a stand, you know, for Black Lives Matter, or if they don't, people are going to go, "What the fuck? Why haven't you said anything? Why haven't you done anything?" And who is saying why is Gone with the Wind up on HBO Max?
You know, I've never heard anyone complain about Gone with the Wind in general.
Yeah, like who's saying that? I haven't seen it. So there's a reason why it's number 1 on Amazon. For one, it's a great movie. I don't know, man. I don't get it, bro. I don't get it.
It's odd. All right, you know what time it is, Jeff?
Tech support.
Every week, ladies and gentlemen, patreon.com/LagTV, $10 and more, and you get access to ask us questions on a post I put up. It's called Tech Support. And we answer questions when, you know, as many as we can, which today won't be very many because we're both dying to eat, and the podcast's already been going for 2.5 hours. Seth asks, worst sushi experience? I haven't had a bad one yet, thankfully, knock on wood. The closest thing to a bad sushi experience that I had was when Em and I were in New Brunswick for Joe Koi, and we went to a restaurant there. They used red rice instead of regular sushi rice, and it does not have the same texture or flavor, and it kind of fucked it up. Then that was the closest thing to a bad experience. The fish was fine. Fish was great. But yeah, that was the closest thing I've had to like a shitty experience.
I don't think I've ever. The shittiest experience I've ever had, I went to an all-you-can-eat sushi place, which is not the one I normally go to. It was downtown. And the sushi was fine, but I had gotten like a salmon nigiri, and I ordered the wrong. Ordered a spicy salmon something. I just filled in the wrong box, and when they brought it to me, it was like really diced up. Like it was diced up a lot and just clumped on a little bit of rice, and it had the seaweed around it, and it just didn't. And then the spicy mayo they put on, it just and I had ordered 7 of them, and they were big. And so I didn't want to be rude and like waste it. So I tried to eat as much of it as I could. But I left like 4 of them because I just couldn't do it because I didn't enjoy it that much. It was just a lot. Like when I eat my sushi, I only like there to be so much fish. If there's too much going on, it's hard to explain. It's just not as pleasant to eat. And so
there is a ratio
going on. Yeah, there is a ratio, and it was just too much fish to rice and then a lot of mayo on top. It just felt like I was pigging out on. It was like eating a burger of sushi. It was just like it wasn't for me.
G-Bros asks and says, "Hey guys, greetings from Ontario. Being a big fan of your StarCraft content and love the podcast. Anyway, on the subject of StarCraft, what are your favorite units? Who is your favorite hero? And what is your favorite planet and map? Favorite unit for me, or units, Archon, I would say Archon, Goliaths, and then for a Zerg unit, Lurkers. As far as favorite hero, I don't know if I have a favorite hero, to be honest. They're all really good. I mean, StarCraft has great characters. I don't think I have a standout. Favorite map is the Lost Temple. How are you supposed to choose a map that isn't Lost Temple?
Yeah, I'll go with Lost Temple as well. It's just classic. I like Artenis. I like Dark Templars, my favorite unit. For Protoss. For Zerg, I would have said Lurker and Brood War, but not in StarCraft 2. StarCraft 2 favorite unit is probably for Zerg is probably the Baneling. And then for Terran, I really don't like that many units with Terran.
I'm a big Muta guy too. I love Mutas.
I'm just gonna say the Marine. I think the Marine is.
You know what? Like, I really like Marines because they're fun to watch. Right? When you have a lot of Marines and somebody's good at controlling them, watching Marines is really fucking fun.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would say, Dark Templar. If I had to pick a second one, the Disruptor. It's a lot of fun to play and use. Yeah, there's mine.
If you're not boxing your Mutalisk, are you really playing StarCraft, Jeff?
No, you're not.
Okay. Oh, that's it. Black Jimmy says, you guys got me watching 90 Day Fiancé. I'm so sorry, Black Jimmy.
Oh, boy.
I'm so sorry.
Have you watched the rest of the season yet?
I didn't watch the end of the last episode, but I'm waiting for the tell-all. I haven't watched it yet.
I've watched it.
But I'm waiting for it. And apparently, rumor has it, there is an unedited version of the tell-all that's like 9 hours long. The pre-cut.
I don't think I could do that.
The pre-cut.
Dude, I watched. Can
you imagine the shit that makes it to TV? Can you imagine what spicy shit that might not make it to TV could be on that unedited version?
Oh, there's a lot of spice. A lot of spice.
Fuck. Anyway, says
don't go down the rabbit hole, Miyagi. 90 Day Fiancé. I mean, go down it if you want to go down it. 'Cause it's a good time.
It is.
But man, it's fucked.
He says, it seems like almost everyone on there is awful. That would not be incorrect. But it seems like Steph is the most oblivious as to how awful she is. That's the girl that's like she's not a hypochondriac, but she has to be because of her disorder.
Her illness.
Her illness.
That she says 5,000 times over.
Have you ever come across someone in your life who always plays the role of the oblivious victim? Oh, Jesus, yeah, there's tons of people that are like that.
Yeah, I mean...
My God. That's an archetype for a reason. I mean, there are loads of people that will... And it's part of, like, the current fucking culture, too. Like, you look hard enough in the cancel culture, you will find an endless field of oblivious people playing the victim. Everywhere you look, it's like it's the cool thing to be the victim now. So everyone's playing hardcore victim all the time. And some people like are getting it early enough in life that it's just becoming part of their fucking personality, and they're gonna have a hell of a time finding somebody that's gonna want to spend the rest of their lives with them if that's the way they're gonna be on a daily basis. And that Steph found that out on 90 Day Fiancé real quick. She went over there. She found somebody who was like, she was a partier, but she was relatively level-headed, this other chick. And she shut that shit down real quick.
Real quick.
She noped the fuck
real quick.
Out of there real fucking quick. All right, one more. And then we can get out of here. I got barbecue waiting for me. Let's see here. What's a good short one? Oh, here we go. Cryptic Cyanide, Jeff, asks, I have two very controversial questions, and I would like to hear your hot take. Toilet paper, towards the front or the back?
What do you mean by that?
The roll.
Like wiping?
The roll, I think. Well, we'll say both. The roll, which way does the roll face? Is the paper out, or is it?
Oh. I don't know. I just throw it on.
I can't trust a person that puts it on the inside. That's fucked up. Like, why would you ever put it right up against the cabinet? That doesn't make any fucking sense. Just have the toilet paper roll facing outwards. If you don't do that, you're a psychopath. Second part, wiping standing up or sitting down?
Oh, standing.
I'm a sit.
Oh, God, I didn't need to know that, Adam.
I'm a sit.
God damn it, bro. What the fuck?
It's easy. It's easier. No, here's the thing. When you sit,
you got like shit water and everything down there, like one slip, bro, and your hand is in water, bro.
How far down are you, bro? How far down is you?
Wipe your ass? Who sit? I gotta ask the chat here. There's people that sit and wipe their ass,
bro. Like listen to this. Okay,
bro.
Listen to this.
No.
Listen to this.
Oh my God.
Listen to this. When I was very young, everyone goes, when I was very young, I stood. But what I found out when I was doing that when I was younger, you stand up and it allows your cheeks to come together and it makes it harder to get all the wiping going on. So what I do when I'm sitting on the toilet, you lean sideways, and in the process of leaning sideways, opens the cheeks up, and it's an easy wipe. And you don't have to hold and spread your fucking cheeks awkwardly. It's all there, and it's easier to clean. And I can tell you right now, my hand has gotten nowhere fucking near.
Listen,
water,
I'm gonna be. Am I the weird one? Am I the weird one? Does anybody else stand? Am I the weird one? Because right now I'm starting to feel like I'm a weirdo.
No, there's lots of people that stand. There's lots of people that do both.
I mean, there's a bend. You know what I mean? Like I gotta, if I'm standing up, I gotta cock it over.
Yeah,
and get in there. I'm not like standing straight and wipe my ass.
No, but when you're sitting down, you don't have to worry. You literally, the process of leaning to one side does all the work for you,
man.
And you're done.
Man, I listen, I'm learning something new. Hey, maybe I'll try this. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to be 150. I'm not even joking. I don't think I've ever sat and wiped my ass on the toilet. Ever. I'm not even joking.
When I was younger, no joke, I did try, like it was like an experimental phase where I was trying both and I just stuck with sitting for the whole rest of my life.
I mean, like I bend quite a bit. You know what I mean?
You have to if you stand. You don't have a choice.
Yeah, like I bend quite a bit, but dude, this is news to me. Like I'm gonna ask my wife. I'm gonna go upstairs and say, hey, when you shit, do you like wipe your ass when you're sitting, or do you stand up? Because these are things that I got to teach my son. You know what I mean? Hey, am I gonna teach him to stand up, or am I gonna teach him to sit on the toilet and wipe your ass? I don't actually know. Because I'm being honest here. I'm putting myself out there, guys. I don't sit and wipe. I never have. This is news to me.
Bro.
And I thought, when you tell me you sit and wipe, I just was assuming if I'm sitting down there, man, there ain't enough room going on. Like,
well, you lean to the side and you, like, I can tell you in my life, I have sat on exactly one toilet where the toilet itself was so small that it became a problem. Only one. And it was a fucking micro toilet. And I'm not a small person, so it was a fucking small toilet. So, like, you lean, it opens up the space, the cheeks spreads.
It makes sense.
And all of it's there and done.
Hey, I'm all about science. I use the squatty potty. You know what I'm saying? And if you're sitting down, your ass cheeks are spread more. I get it. But I'll tell you, when I wipe my ass, like my ass is wiped. Like it's not like.
Well, I'm not saying that you can't get a good clean when you're doing it, but I'm saying it's. I feel like it's more work.
Maybe I'm using more toilet paper. Maybe I'm just using a little bit more toilet paper. You know, because it does take several wipes sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, everyone has that problem. You wipe until your ass bleeds. It's just that everyone has that problem.
Okay. Yeah. See, I see. I don't know. This is news to me because I had no idea that a lot of people here in chat are sitters and wipers.
Yeah.
This is new. I always stand my whole life. I don't remember a time where I sat down and wiped my ass. Like I may, dude, this is, I don't even care because I'm fucking 33 and I don't care. Closest thing that I've ever done, the closest thing I've ever done to wipe my ass while sitting down is I grab toilet paper and I pat it to see what's going on down there. Where I'm like,
well, I was gonna say because sometimes you get one that's just hanging on for dear life, right? And if you stand to wipe, you're opening yourself up to try. Guess who never has to worry about that? The sitter.
You don't. Right? See, that's why I'm saying that's the closest thing where I'm going, hey, do I got something going on down there? Do I still have something? Let me do a little tap. Oh, we're clean. I'm gonna stand up, wipe my ass now. That's the only time. I always look at the toilet paper after I wipe.
Everyone has. If you don't, how are you supposed to know if you're really clean? I will say this. I do think there are a lot of people who don't do a particularly good job wiping their fucking ass. I think a lot of people get lazy with that shit. And they just go until it's like sort of not always there. Like, cause when, like, you know, in movies and like TV shows, they always make fun of like, they joke about skid marks and shit. Yeah. I have never in my fucking life, childhood, memory or otherwise. So from the time of like 4, never one time have I had skid marks. So what that tells me is that there's a whole bunch of people getting lazy about wiping their ass and not doing a perfectly good job about it.
I'm guilty, bro. I've had them in the past. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
bro. Hey, I have. Hey,
you need to start sitting and wiping, bro. It's gonna change your life.
It's not like I got fucking skids now, but I mean, I have in the past. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, I'm not gonna lie, bro. This is a true story. This is true motherfucking story. All right. I was out at the mall. Okay. I was like in high school. I was out at the mall and I need to shit. And I hate shitting in public places, man. Now, that was before. Now I'm older. I don't care, man. I'll sit anywhere and take a shit. I don't care. Now I'm over that. You know, I'm that guy in the stall that is like, ah! and it comes down and it makes noise and I'm farting and shit. I don't give a fuck. So there were stages, right? There was the first stage where I'm like, oh my God, I can't shit in public. I need to be home to shit. Like I'll literally leave school and go home to shit. No joke. I skip class if I got to shit that bad because I won't do it in school. Then it gets to the point where it's like, okay, you know what? I'll shit, but I'll put toilet paper all around the seat and I'll wipe it down, make sure everything is good. I'll still do that. Like, okay, so there's that. And then it got to the point, okay, where it's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to wipe it down. If I'm in public, I still have to wipe. Even if it looks clean.
Everyone has to do that shit.
And I got to wipe that shit. Like, even just mentally speaking, I got to do it. So I still do that. But that's about as far as I go right now. You know, there was one point where I would just like hover over a toilet. You know what I'm saying? Because here's another question. If you're shitting in public, do you sit and wipe?
Yeah.
Because if you're sitting and wiping on a public toilet, and you got toilet paper all around that shit, shit's getting funky down there. See, I was a hover, right? So I'd hover over the toilet, and I'd let it go, and then I'd stand up, wipe my ass, throw the toilet paper, and get in there. So here's the true story. I'm in high school. All right, probably summertime. I don't know. It wasn't like during school time, but it was high school era. I'm at the mall with my boys. I need a shit. So I'm like, boys, I gotta go. I go to the bathroom. I take a shit. All right. But before I do that, I go to each stall because I always do an inventory. I look in each one, which one is most shittable. One of them is got fucking shit and toilet paper clogged. Another one's just like out of service. One doesn't have, much toilet paper, anything like that. So I go into a stall. I sit down. I take my shit. I stand up and I go for the toilet paper and there's a little bit and I take it and then the toilet paper ends. I got one wipe. I got enough for one wipe. One single wipe.
Oh, no.
So I wiped that ass as much as I could, fold in it, wipe, fold, wipe, throw it in there. And I flushed the toilet. And I know I'm not fully wiped. You know what I'm saying? But it's enough to like not walk around and smell like a shit bag. All right. I got most of the stuff, but there's still some residue in between them cheeks. It's a hot summer day.
Oh, no.
It's a hot summer day.
Oh, no. It's
So
a bad combo, bro.
I'm walking around. It's hot. And my ass is starting to sweat. And as my ass starts to sweat, the shit juices are sweating.
Oh, no.
All right?
You got swamp ass like no tomorrow.
I got swamp ass, bro. I got swamp ass. There's no toilet paper. I'm saying, you know what? I can make it. I'll wait till I get home.
Oh, no.
Right? I'm walking around this mall. I get out. I go to the car. I immediately know my ass is not fully wiped because it's itching. And I can't scratch. Can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? I remember this. I remember this specific time because it still haunts me to this day. So I go home. I wipe my ass. All right. There's still visible shit. So I wipe my ass, right? Finally feels good. It's dry. Everything is good. I look down at my poor boxers. And there's shit on my boxers. There's a skid. There's a skid. I'm not going to lie to you. All right. There's skids.
I mean, you can't help that one.
Heavy skids.
You can't. Oh. You can't help that one though, bro.
Can't help it. I tried to wipe. There's no toilet paper in the fucking place. It's a shithole. All right. And the worst part about it is I took a shit in the wheelchair place.
No.
It was horrible. It's rough times. So what I did was this, and I know that people can relate. All right. I'm 33 and I can admit these things, guys. I took off my boxers and I hid them in the bottom of the basket so that when my mom was doing laundry, shit would just go in there and there'd be no evidence of the shit. Well,
you're in for a surprise.
I'm in for a surprise. Later that night, I'm chilling. Playing video games or whatever. I'm in my room.
Oh, bro.
My mom goes, Jeff! Jeffrey! I had no clue, right? At this point, I wasn't even thinking about my boxers, right? I'm just doing my own thing. So, yeah, Mom, come down here. So, okay. So I go downstairs. She's in the laundry room. This is when I lived down closer to the school. All right. This wasn't on your street. It was the other one, right? So I'm a teenager now, right? So I can get embarrassed. So I'm down there. Jerry, come here. So yeah, what's up, Mom? She got them boxers in her hands. And she's got a smile on her face. And I immediately knew. She goes, Jeff, look at this shit stain. I said, Mom. Hey, I said, Mom, they had no toilet paper at the mall. Sitting there laughing her ass off. My dad's laughing his ass off, right? And I'm embarrassed as all fuck.
Bro.
And, you know, hey, I remember it. It was an embarrassing moment. And, you know, my parents called me out on it. I tried to hide it, and it got found. It happens. So, it is what it is.
Look.
That's my shit stain story, okay?
All I'm going to say is this. Whoever said that you can only fold something 8 times before it becomes impossible to fold again has never been trapped in a public bathroom with only 2 squares of toilet paper.
That's a real problem. That's one we face.
I have folded that shit to the point where it is hard to fucking grab enough. And then you're worried when you wipe, you're just going to wipe with your fingers instead of the toilet paper because it's so small. Because you're trying to use every square fucking molecule of the 2 sheets of toilet paper that you've got. I promise you, I have folded that paper fucking 27,000 times to make sure that I'm clean. Because I can't
do what you got to do.
You gotta do. I've also been in that situation where there wasn't enough toilet paper, and I've been stuck there until the washroom cleared out of people, so that I could I could do the waddle with my pants around my ankles from one stall to the next stall to get more toilet paper. I've been there.
Do what you got to do.
You do what you got to do. And ladies and gentlemen, both of us, you know what we got to do right now? Go eat.
Eat food.
And so that is exactly what we are going to do. Thank you guys so much for coming by and watching and listening to the podcast. If you're listening to us on iTunes or anywhere else, wherever you have the opportunity to give a rate, thumbs it up, 5 stars it, 20 stars it, whatever you can do. It's a good start. Patreon.com/LagTV is also a great place to go if you want to financially support this podcast and keep the dream alive. We will be back next week with more, but until then, keep lots of toilet paper on hand. Peace!
Peace!